Hey Stage and Song friends, welcome back. Let's start our class with a vocal warm-up. Here we go. Let's start learning a new song today. We're going to do a song from one of my favourite musicals called Matilda, which is actually based on the book by Roald Dahl, which is one of my favourite books ever. And there's also a movie of it too, so you should check that out. All right, but it's got some tricky lyrics, so you can download the lyrics or Google them and try and learn them as we go, but it's okay if you don't know them straight away. You can just go along with the actions that I'm going to teach you now, and then you can learn the lyrics as you go. Now, we're going to need some props though for this one. So we're going to have a chair and two books, one that looks like a novel size and one that's a kid's storybook. Doesn't really matter if you don't have those exact books, but that's what I'm going to use. So we've got like a storybook size and a novel size, and we're going to start with those sitting on the chair. And we're going to start with the picture book and have the novel sitting back down next to you. Okay, so we're going to start with our book up like this, and I've got my thumbs holding the pages to about the middle or wherever you want to do, and we're going to open it up and straight away be reading it. Okay, so the lyrics are, Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. All right, and then we're going to stop reading and face our head to the front. So they say their subsequent fall was inevitable. They never stood a chance, they were written that way. Innocent victims of their story. Okay, now remember, if you don't know the lyrics straight away, that's fine. You can spend some time later trying to listen to the music and learning the lyrics, but we can just do the movements for now and learn the lyrics as you go. All right, let's try that again. So we've got it. We wait 4 counts before we start. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. So they say their subsequent fall was inevitable. They never stood a chance, they were written that way. innocent victims of their story. Okay, and you'll notice I'm doing an English accent because Roald Dahl was English and Matilda the musical is an English musical, so they use English accents and it's fun to do different accents, so why don't you give it a try as well? Okay, let's give it a go with the music, just that part, very easy.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. So they say the subsequent fall was inevitable. They never stood a chance, they were written that way. Innocent victims of their story.
Great! So, after you finish looking and saying, innocent victims of their story, you're going to close the book, put it down, and replace it with your novel book because she's pretending, well, we're pretending that we're reading Romeo and Juliet, which is definitely a novel. So then we're going to open up that one. So we've put that picture book down, pick this one up, and then we're going to open it and say, like Romeo and Juliet. Then we're going to hold it with one hand and pretend we're trying to read through the words like this while we say, "'Twas written in the stars before they even met." Then we look back to the front. "That love and fate and a touch of stupidity," so we're going to do that little action there, "would rob them of their hope of living happily." Let's just try that again. So pretend you're picking up your book, straight away into looking at the book. "Like Romeo and Juliet, 'twas written in the stars before they even met. That love and fate and a touch of stupidity would rob them of their hope of living happily." And then we're going to pretend that we're reading a scary book because she says, "The endings are often a little bit gory." So we stretch out our arms and look away like, oh, that's a really scary book, like that. "The endings are often a little bit gory." Then we're going to slam that one, put it down, and come to here and say, "I wonder why they didn't just change their story." All right? Let's have a go from just picking up the novel. So we're going to pick it up. "Like Romeo and Juliet, 'twas written in the stars before they even met. That love and fate and a touch of stupidity," oh, forgot to do my stupidity, "and a touch of stupidity would rob them of their hope of living happily. The endings are often a little bit gory. I wonder why they didn't just change their story." Okay, how about we give all that a go without the music from the beginning? So, take my picture book. And here we go. So we wait for 1, 2, 3, 4. "Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. So they say their subsequent fall was inevitable. They never stood a chance, they were written that way. Innocent victims of their story. Like Romeo and Juliet, 'twas written in the stars before they even met. That love and fate and a touch of stupidity would rob them of their hope of living happily. The endings are often a little bit gory. I wonder why they didn't just change their story." Great, okay, let's try it with the music now. Now, I'm not going to sing. I'm going to leave the track there for you to listen to, but you definitely sing along with the music if you know the lyrics yet. If you don't, that's okay. Just do the moves and you'll get to know it soon enough.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. So they say the subsequent fall was inevitable. They never stood a chance, they were written that way. Innocent victims of their story. Like Romeo and Juliet, 'twas written in the stars before they even met. That love and fate and a touch of stupidity would rob them of the hope of living happily. The endings are often a little bit gory.
Fantastic. Well done. Well, why don't you go and have a listen to the music and start to learn the lyrics and put it together with those moves, and we'll do some more in next lesson. And there's also some great clips of Matilda the musical on YouTube that if you ask mum or dad and you're allowed to do that, you can look that up as well. All right, see you next time. Bye.